So, welcome to the lockdown sessions 15. We've been talking about a variety of exercises, a variety of approaches, and yesterday's session I kind of brought it a little bit more old school, and we were looking at different types of press-ups, different types of sit-ups, and we were looking at the warm-up. So we're going to start again with a top-to-toe warm-up. We're going to add a few more things to it. One of the interesting things that before I start is I did a little bit about isometrics because I had stumbled across them, and I was intrigued at kind of the most isometric exercises that I know. One of them is sitting horse, and the other one is yoga. And I've just done a yoga routine with Maria. And if you are looking for a yoga teacher or somebody to have classes with, she is very, very good. And yoga is an ultimate isometric practice, static strength. So we're going to start standing up, and we're going to start with our feet together. So there's lots of different ankle exercises that I do. A lot of them incorporate balances and such like. This particular one, we're going to first of all just bend onto the outside of the toe. Take some of the pressure into the knees, outside of the foot, sorry. And we'll just kind of set there, bring the soles of the feet down, and maybe knock your knees together. If it's a little bit close, you can then come forward, so you're kind of bending your knees through back, and then we're going to come up onto our heels like a reverse tiptoe. And yeah, it's not a bad idea to walk around in these positions, but again, we want to just challenge ourselves. And then if we come forwards, and then we come into our tiptoes, and we're going to push our heels up. You can put your hands anywhere where you like, as long as they're at the end of the wrist. That's useful. Keep your hands by your side, so you can bring them into the heart center. Your head. We're just going to keep those heels up off the floor. I'm going to spend a little bit longer here than we maybe like to. But it's important. It's important to challenge yourself, set new times, new goals, new exercises, new things to do. What am I going to add to my practice? What new dish can I cook? A little wobble, make sure you don't lose it. And these are all touching also on the balance element of your practice. So, certain exercises tick so many boxes. Okay, so we're just going to bring the heels down, and then we want to bring them back up, and I want to just do a little bit of ankle loosening. I want to just wiggle the knees around in circles, both go in the same direction, both go in opposite directions. Move your feet to where it's comfortable. Maybe they can both be in circles and out circles. In a sense, it's very similar to what we were doing with the hands, apart from the feet are fixed. And this is what I would refer to as a closed kinetic chain. Up and just having a little wiggle around. Okay, so the heels come down to the floor. So we're going to start to explore some ideas around stretching. We're not missing an opportunity to get down to the floor. So we're going to do some squatting. So today we're going to look at knife edge press-ups. I'm only going to do 5 of each type. I'm going to do 5 different press-ups, and I'm going to do 5 of them. If you want to do more, that's entirely up to you. But do them sort of go, right, I am going to try 10 of these or 20 of these. A knife edge press-up. The blade of the hand is coming down into the floor. I'm running it so that both hands are parallel. I want to play around now. I want to play around with coming into the press up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can play, we looked at the tiger's claw. We can play around with different finger positions. We can convert eagle claw, and we can look at 5 press here. Again, look at your quality, making sure that you're able to get through the press up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are really helping with grip strength as well. Then we can look at variations of the dragon claw, the mantis, or whatever, and that would be here. Try not to widen them out if you're going to do them, but you know, they will have a tendency to find their own point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where do we go next with these? Then we can start playing around with variations. Yes, I can do one finger press up or 1 thumb press up. But what I can also start doing is looking at how I work one side of the body. So for instance, I can come up into my flank here, and now I can look at, and it's kind of a reverse press up, but I can bring the hand up and touch the chest, down, down, up, hand to the chest, 2, other hand, 3, other hand, 4, other hand, 5, and just for balance, I'll make sure that I do the right 6. We can look at other variations of that. I've just spent God knows how long with the yoga teacher doing this press up. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a press up. Forearm down, forearm down, forearm up, forearm up. Other forearm down, other forearm down. Forearm up, forearm up. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. So now you've got a selection of different types of press ups to use. I will bring more along tomorrow. So from here, we must begin in spirit position. Any other position is a ready position. This is my not ready position. This is where I'm getting my confusion. I'm going to do this across the diagonal, and then I'm going to do it straight onto the camera, both sets of exercises, because I can't emphasize some of the bits of this enough. And there's lots of different approaches and opinions about things out there. And this is the way that I was taught, and this is the way that works for me, and it makes sense to me. So from spirit position, I'm going to step the left leg forwards. I'm going to come along my centre line. When I say come along the centre line, I mean that both my heels are in line. I'm bringing my shoulders so that they're in line as well. And then what I want to do is just check with my horse stance if I return to the middle ground. And we touched on this briefly with some of our warm exercises. So I now turn the foot. Where do the hands go? Back hand goes at the elbow. The right hand. The left is out at the front. And now I move forward. I'm not picking the leg up as such. I'm not doing a giant step. I'm moving through. Now, those who've been following will know that I've got this thing at the moment about, well, not thing at the moment, but but that's shifting the weight to make the back foot lighter and across. And I can't how important it is to make sure that when we come and do this, that the front foot is in the position to protect the privates. And then when I step through, I'm doing the same thing again, protect the privates. And then I want to be able to turn and go back and do the same thing. And turn. Left and right. Use your gardening equipment. Yeah, I was at a friend's house the other day, socially distantly, of course. I'm never socially distant now these days. Not that I've ever been socially undistant. I know I passed a lump hammer or a sledgehammer, and it's like, oh, how you can exercise with that, the things that you can do. Amazing. So let's think about our basic techniques that we're looking at. We're looking at the jab, and we're looking at cross. And they're pretty good hand techniques. Whether you use a knife edge on that, palm strike, reverse palm, the idea is all the same. Jab, cross, palm, palm, knife edge, reverse palm. And that's if you've got something to work on. If you haven't got something to work on, you need to work them in their own space. But then we need to also look at how it comes out as a jab, as a palm, as a knife, as a reverse palm. Jab, knife, palm, reverse. See how many of those you can do. You might end up just resorting back to a palm and a punch. You've got them mixed up there. Punch, knife edge, palm, reverse palm. Punch, palm, knife edge, reverse palm. And then throw the next one in. Play around with it.